UN experts warn the air that keeps us alive is making us sick. The fight against climate change must continue. Building on the success of the inaugural Breathe Pakistan International Climate Change Conference, Dawn Media reaffirms its commitment to bringing meaningful change for a sustainable future in Pakistan. Dawn Media announces The Air We Breathe, a focused conference on air pollution happening under the umbrella of Breathe Pakistan in Lahore on the 11th of October. Together with public sector, private sector, international and national experts, we aim to spotlight solutions, foster dialogue, and drive collective action for cleaner air. Let's clear the air together. The time to act is now.
The Air We Breathe, a Dawn Media initiative against air pollution. Breathe Pakistan. Let us clear the air together.
The other question that also arises is how do you incentivize safety in product design, et cetera, especially because these are ultimately, at the end of the day, profit-making companies. And this does require a resource, and this is essentially product design, which they want to have a competitive edge over others. But if there's standardization, how do you do that?
Yeah, so I think that there's two ways of coming at this. And the first, and perhaps the most important to my mind, is that we need to think about trust and safety as the necessary conditions to enable products that people want to use. And so seeing this as something that can actually generate growth, drive revenue, is not just a cost center for companies. Trust and safety oftentimes is like thought of as, oh, that's, like customer service. It's, things we have to do. And instead, it's actually, if you are building products with these values and these practices in mind, you're going to give people a better experience. More people are going to use the product, and the company is going to thrive. So I think there needs to be that change in mentality. But then also, you have to have, along with that, both the right set of incentives and regulations to ensure that you catch folks who are not leading on these matters. And also, there's all the business partners, I think, that also play a key role in the ecosystem as well. When you think about whether it is advertisers for those types of products that have advertising as kind of part of their business model, if it is payment processors who play a key role when it comes to a lot of online transactions, marketplaces, insurance to help companies prepare for these new kinds of risks. So I think there are a lot of different stakeholders that can all sort of help to make the business case for trust and safety, not strictly as a matter of compliance, but also as a matter of compliance these days as the number of online safety regulations multiply around the world.
But would it be correct to state that this is also an attempt for a culture, a shared culture and values that you want to develop, and shared by an ecosystem that is interdependent on one another, whether it's the users or the investors or companies who actually roll out these products, to come to a shared understanding of what might be mutually good for everyone?
I think that's exactly right. And I think it is incumbent upon the companies to share more. And I think for too long, perhaps, a lot of this work was happening a little bit behind the scenes, that the teams working on this inside companies were not necessarily the ones who were out there speaking to governments and the public and to NGOs about this work. And more should have been shared sooner. But I think that that ecosystem approach and recognizing that even if people have very different views, especially about what types of content and behavior are, should be allowed, that you can still have, I think, very productive conversations about what practices you use to address those risks.
David, as we round off the conversation, what at what level should social responsibility be prioritized? Because we are seeing that there is a significant disruptive impact also of technology, and sometimes some of the harms are irreversible. And this is also in terms of the fabric of society. And then on the other hand, we're seeing, people are talking about tech oligarchies, and there's the rise of authoritarianism. There's everything sort of coalescing, and technologies are at the center of it all.
That is very true. It's a challenging environment out there right now. It's a challenging environment for dealing with these contentious issues in a world that is geopolitically quite challenging. I think that ultimately things like international human rights law, I think, provide a way of apportioning responsibility for these things, whether it's the state responsibility to protect human rights or the corporate responsibility to respect human rights. So I think there are tried and true methods that are not dependent upon new types of technology, and things like international standards as one component of this is one way of helping to identify who is responsible for what they should be doing, and how they can justify and defend their practices and explain them. So that's just one piece of a very complex puzzle that, of course, is made all the more complicated in this space because what we are ultimately talking about is human expression. Human expression and behavior, which is a very challenging, societal issue, to which you are right. Technology has an important role to play, but it doesn't have the only role to play. I'm hoping that through the evolution of these kinds of standards, we can have better informed discussions that can enable more productive approaches, whether it's in how companies operate on their own, and how they interact with governments, civil society, and other experts. So that's how we're thinking about it.
And as we close off, any final comments, anything that especially you would like our audience to know or keep up with in terms of what is happening in this sector, what the conversation is about, and how it's relevant to them?
Well, I would encourage folks. Many international standards are quite costly. You have to pay in order to access copies of them. Because DTSP has made our standard, the SAFE framework, available for free on our website. The International Organization for Standardization, ISO, has also made the standard available for free. So I would encourage people to go and take a look at that, ISO IEC 25389. You can use that whether you are an advocate looking to engage with a company about their practices, whether you are someone in government thinking about laws and regulations. I hope that document helps provide for a better conversation. And we look forward to feedback on it because we are going to be evolving and reviewing that document as it goes forward in order to maintain it as a standard. And so we welcome any and all feedback to help improve that document as it goes forward.
Thank you, David, for making time for Dawn News English. This is all that we have on the Digipod today.
Thank you so much.
Freeze Rio Obo Magic. Magical cream की double treat. Big Freeze Rio Obo Magic.
सर कल ही पैसे भेजे थे मैंने, पर अब उनका जवाब ही नहीं आ रहा।
पैसे तो पहुंच ही गए होंगे, तुम पहुंचो।
कैसे मैं मानूं
जिंदगी कितने ही मसरूफ क्यों ना हो, अपनों की खबर रखिए, उन तक पहुंचिए, क्योंकि पैसे पहुंचाने के लिए तो जैज़ कैश है ना।
पाकिस्तानी खाने ज़ुबान पे लगे तो छूटते नहीं हैं, और अगर कपड़ों पे लगे तो वो कोरमे को आउट ऑफ साइट कर देगा। कढ़ाई से भी फाइट कर लेगा। कौन?
ब्राइट, क्योंकि नए ब्राइट का बेस्ट एवर फॉर्मूला गहराई से दाग निकाले।
आपके रेस्टोरेंट का मेन्यू आपकी यूनिफॉर्म में भी नजर आता है।
इसीलिए तो ये काम ब्राइट और आपको दिया जाता है।
UN experts warn the air that keeps us alive is making us sick. The fight against climate change must continue. Building on the success of the inaugural Breathe Pakistan International Climate Change Conference, Dawn Media reaffirms its commitment to bringing meaningful change for a sustainable future in Pakistan. Dawn Media announces The Air We Breathe, a focused conference on air pollution happening under the umbrella of Breathe Pakistan in Lahore on the 11th of October. Together with public sector, private sector, international and national experts, we aim to spotlight solutions, foster dialogue, and drive collective action for cleaner air. Let's clear the air together. The time to act is now.
The Air We Breathe, a Dawn Media initiative against air pollution. Breathe Pakistan. Let us clear the air together.
My name is Rohit Faruqi. वो क्या है ना कि कॉल सेंटर में लॉन्ग टर्म करियर नहीं बना सकते।
ये फ्लोर किसी बैटलग्राउंड से कम नहीं है।
But you know what? I trust you guys.
Ready to conquer!
3 महीने के लिए आईबेक्स ज्वाइन किया है, खूब पैसे बनाने हैं, इलेक्ट्रिक गिटार लेना है, उसके बाद सीधा गायब।
Thank you for calling customer care. This is Rohit Faruqi. How may I help you?
I ordered a washing machine 2 weeks ago. It came broke. Listen up, you piece of shit. I want a new washing machine right now. For the love of God, I'm gonna.
वो कहते हैं ना जानवरों को बकरीद से पहले छुरियां नजर आती हैं। आज मेरा फर्स्ट डे आईबेक्स में और मुझे कल रात से अपने इधर उधर अंग्रेज नजर आ रहे हैं।
अंदर आ जाओ भाई। ये बिटकॉइन नहीं है जो खुद ऊपर जाएगा। बटन दबाओ। Wait, एक सेकंड लेफ्ट रोको। Hold the left. No.
Everyone, Anaya, second lead supervisor.
So sorry I'm late. I got late because of some fool.
यार एटलीस्ट मुझे तो बता देता कि सिर्फ 3 महीने के लिए जॉब है। मुझे तो यहाँ तुम्हारे फ्यूचर के पानी फिरता देखा।
So sorry, Zahan. I don't share my Stanley Poo with anyone. So right, becoming famous on his first day of work. Tell me how you feeling.
तुम पहले से प्लान करके आए थे, तुम छोड़ दोगे?
सर कोई मेल भेजनी है। लैपटॉप इनाया के पास है, इनाया इसके साथ लिफ्ट में बंद हो गई है।
It's okay, sir. I'm with you. We'll come to a solution together. जो देखने वाला पार्ट था, वो तो तुमने देखा ही नहीं। People like us, we have to fight our own battles and make our own place.
MJ आ रहा है।
कौन है MJ? मौला जब?
MJ फवाद खान?
यार सोचने वाली बात है। आईबेक्स का 5 साल पुराना अलुमनाई है। ऑफिस पार्टी में दोबारा क्या करने आया था? याद है? ये अंदर का राज हम तक ही रहे।
जिंदगी में 2 ऑप्शंस मिले कि एमजे के साथ काम करोगे या जिंदगी भर करेले खाओगे, तो मैं कड़वे करेले खा लूंगा।
एक फोल्डर होगा Q2।
Q2?
काशिफ भाई Q2?
हाँ थैंक यू। अरे Q2 नहीं भाई, न्यू2 आवाज आ रही है।
UN experts warn the air that keeps us alive is making us sick. The fight against climate change must continue. Building on the success of the inaugural Breathe Pakistan International Climate Change Conference,